I kind of always thought of Frances as being almost like a clown in a way, like almost like she has so many gestures like that. Sometimes she does these like flourishes when she talks, and it's kind of like committing to it and then pulling back instantly. And I feel like that was a lot of like flinging yourself at something and then deciding to pull back at the second that it's too late to pull back, so you just have to finish it. And I think that that's like a lot of what's going on in her life, and I feel like I experienced that all kind of physically. There's something when you watch someone alone, you feel like you never get to do that. I mean, because if you're there, you're there. So I've always liked, I remember there was, when I was growing up, I'd see a lot of theater, and some of it was good and some of it was not so good, but sometimes there were moments in plays when a character would just walk onto the set and they'd be alone for a while before the other person comes in and says like, well, Harold called, or something. and or like the moments in dance. I love watching rehearsals of dancers because you see them before the dance starts, and there's some quality of like milling around that feels similarly alone, and I think it's something I've always really liked. In some ways, I always imagine Frances embodied it's very sad on the page, like when you just read it, because I had friends of mine read it, and one of my friends said she just was like, I can't handle this, dude, like this is really dark, and that dinner scene is so dark. She like sells it to you.
It's that thing when you're with someone and you love them and they know it and they love you and you know it, but it's a party and you're both talking to other people and you're laughing and shining, and you look across the room and catch each other's eyes, but not because you're possessive or it's precisely sexual, but because that is your person in this life. And it's funny and sad, but only because this life will end, and it's the secret world that exists right there in public, unnoticed, that no one else knows about.
When I see other people's work and other people's films, or if I go to the theater or I see a piece of dance and it does something to me, and it shakes me and it makes me feel this one life I have more vividly, and it changes me. I think that's where I feel like I have faith in other people's ability to do that with their art, and I don't know that I can do it with mine, but experiencing it that way, I guess, gives me some feeling of like, well, it's worth it. I don't know if mine's worth it, but someone's is worth it.